So bless me to welcome on one of the quickest rising guys in 2022. He's now the newest member of AZ Compass Prep, which is the top 5 team in the country. AJ Storr, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Well, I just mentioned now, you are the newest member of now a top team in the country, one of the top teams in the grind session, possibly even a Geico contender. Take us to this move and what brought you to Arizona?
Uh, COVID really brought me to Arizona because at my old school they actually canceled the season, so I actually had to move somewhere else to play. So and AZ was the best place for me.
Now, this has been a crazy, hectic year for all people, but you particularly, you started off all the way out there in Illinois. You originally make the move to Bishop Gorman, which is where you really started to create that buzz for yourself. Take us down that
Mhm.
original path for you. Why did you decide to move to Nevada and go play at Bishop Gorman?
I mean, to really play against the top guys in the country and get that exposure that I wanted for years and play on the highest level.
You started having some buzz out there, but you came out here, you played a border league, and that really was where you started blowing up. Going to ESPN, you get a top 10 Sports Center Player of the Night, and you really start getting your name for yourself. What was it like getting the opportunity to shine?
I mean, it was great, but this is what I've been waiting for. The time to shine. This is what I'll be waiting for in the gym.
Did you think that that was always a part of you? Did that kind of take for you to get that bigger spotlight? When did you realize that you were an elite player?
I mean, it was really all always a part of me. It was just like playing on the stage to like let people know that it was actually a part of me.
And on that Bishop Gorman team, you have a lot of big time guys, Zayon Collins, Will McClendon, the list goes on of these high level players. How were you able to fit in with that group right away?
Uh, I actually fitted in great with the group because like those guys you just named are really unselfish guys. They're like getting a team involved. They're really team players, leaders.
And you get a few different opportunities to shine. But as I said, you come to AZ now, where you're going to be joining Ty Ty Washington, Alden Applewhite, Glenn Taylor. The list goes on. These other big time players. How excited to be able to get out here and start playing with these guys?
I mean, I'm really excited. I'm looking to get pushed. I'm playing with a great group of players. I'm trying to get better every day. We all gonna get better as a team, and we trying to win the Geico.
And that is the big thing. All guys want to play in. AZ Compass now has positioned themselves in a situation where they could very likely be in the mix for this group. How excited to be able to make that push with them and potentially go out there and play
Mhm.
Geico?
I mean, it would be a great experience, like playing on Geico. It doesn't get higher than that in basketball, high school basketball. So that would be a great experience.
Now, where do you see yourself fit into this group? We mentioned Ty Ty Washington, debatably one of the better players in the entire country right now. A lot of the big time players. Where do you see yourself fitting in with this group?
I mean, I'm just here to win, to be honest. Whatever role the coach give me, that's what role I'm gonna take.
Now, you do have 2 more years left of high school. What do you want to be able to accomplish both this year, but also next year and your senior year?
Uh, Hopefully win Geico. That's my biggest goal. Winning on the highest stage.
Absolutely. Well, we haven't really seen a lot of you yet. We've seen you in a couple different games and start to blow up, but what is AJ Store capable of? What will he bring to any team he plays on?
I mean, I guess you just gonna have to find out when you see me play. I really can't speak on it. I just let my game talk.
I know a lot of people that watch you know that you are a little bit of a three-way scorer. You can score at all different levels on the court. You're also very well at using your athleticism. Take us through your scoring aspect and what you can bring on the offensive end.
Like you said, scoring on all three levels, like stretching the floor, being able to attack. If there's smaller guards on me, be able to post them up. If there's bigger guys on me, be able to go around them.
And the biggest reason I can imagine you want all this was to get more attention, but ultimately to bring those offers in. And you have a lot of big ones on the table right now. Probably the biggest one for you, though, is most recent one, your hometown team, Illinois. Take us through what it was like hearing that you got that offer.
I mean, it was great because all my family in Illinois. It would be great to stay close to home, and the coaches are great guys, and yeah.
Now, did you guys just start recently talking? Was that maybe a couple conversations, then they finally offered you? How this relationship first started with them?
I mean, they've been ever since border league.
Mhm.
Border league. That's when they saw me play, and we just been in contact since then. When they offered, they finally offered.
Now, this is a team that is playing at a high level right now, and they're putting guys in the NBA. We know there's a few guys this year that will be going to the NBA. They're in a year or two. How much more appealing is Illinois seeing the track record of putting guys in the NBA? How much more appealing does that make them?
I mean, it definitely puts them higher on the list, knowing how they're. It speaks for itself. If they put guys in the NBA, it obviously shows that they're a great coaching staff, and that's what I want to be around.
And the big factor is being home, being around family. Is that appealing to you? Would you like to be staying closer to home, back home in Illinois? Would distance not really matter for you? What is location kind of what kind of priority is that for you in terms of recruiting?
I mean, location with me really doesn't mean nothing because I'm already in AZ now. I'm already used to being away from home. So
Absolutely. Well, let's look at your entire recruiting process right now. Out of all the schools talking to you that have offered you, maybe haven't offered you, who are you talking to the most?
uh, I would say Virginia Tech, Illinois, Howard,
Mhm.
Ole Miss.
Let's get into a couple of schools. Howard is a big one. HBCU route, we know it's more appealing. They already landed one top guy this past year, the highest guy ever to go there, Schumaker. What's your thoughts on potentially going to an HBCU and joining this new movement?
I mean, just the fact that HBCU and how great their program is, that's that's big on the list for me. Even though McCoy ups it a little, even though if he didn't go there, it'd still be on the list for me. It's a great program, but of course McCoy makes it higher.
Now, personally for you, we know with everything going on this year, HBCU has kind of become a more realistic thing for a lot of guys. Has this past year made it a more an option that you look at more seriously now as opposed to maybe last year?
I mean, to be honest, my mom been telling me about HBCUs. They've been on the list even before this year on everything that's happening. So yeah, they've been on the list.
That's awesome. I've been able to form a pretty good relationship with a lot of coaches out there. Kind of talk about them and what would it be like to potentially be coached by them?
I mean, my bond with them is pretty good. We stay in contact every week, and I've been watching them play. So it's definitely the bonds there.
You mentioned Virginia Tech as well. They're off to an undefeated start to the season, and they're playing at an extremely
Mm.
high level right now. What do you like about Coach Young and that coaching staff?
I like their play style, the way they play. They play like a fast tempo type of game. That's my play style, I should say. And yeah, they're just great program. Starting off the season, great.
And the last one I want to touch up on is Ole Miss. That's another big time program on the rise right now. Take us through that program and what you like about them.
I like their coaching staff, good group of guys there, and I like the way they coach their players. They push them to the max. I was watching their game. They expect a lot out their players, and they really prepare them for the NBA.
Now, there's another flashy approach to them right now, and that's that they've landed back-to-back years, two five-stars, Max Moron 2020, then they have Deshaun Ruffin coming 2021. What's your thoughts on that? Does that make them more appealing seeing those two big-time guys head out there?
I mean, it would be great to play with those group of guys, but it doesn't really boost it to me
Mhm.
to go there. But yeah, it'd be great to play with them.
Now, we have talked a little bit about your rise and kind of becoming this known player that we expect to see go up the rankings when 2022 starts coming out again. But another big showcase for you was the top 100 elite camp. Take us through that and really what your mindset was heading into that.
My mindset coming in that really is they really labeled me as a small forward, but I was showing my guard skills during that tournament, really trying to have the ball in my hand more. I don't really like being labeled as a small forward, so I really have to show that I can handle the ball and stuff.
You head into a camp where you're seeing these top level guys like Chet Holmgren, Brian Huntley Hatfield, just a lot of big name players, and there was not much of a drop off, if any, between you and the best of the best out there. When you look at that, what's your mindset when you see you're going up against another top level guy in the country?
I mean, that's what I came out here for. That's why I moved to the West Coast to play the best players in the country. When I see the best players in the country, I embrace that. It makes me play 10 times harder.
And I think the sky's the limit for you. Just now starting to come into who AJ Storr is. And what do you think the limit is in 2, 3 years from now? What kind of level player do you think you can become?
I mean, hopefully, I can be somewhere getting played for the game of basketball that I love playing. Uh, and yeah, that's my goal right there to just get paid for the game.
And your family is not new to the game of basketball. Your sister's playing college basketball at Drake right now. Your mom played pro before. She played college level basketball. Just take us through what it's like having basketball run your family.
It's crazy. It's crazy because every day that's all we do 24/7. If we're not playing it, we watching it. If we're not watching it, well actually we just playing it.
I can imagine there's been a lot of trash talk battles, especially probably with your sister more than your parents. How did those go? What's it like playing one on one with her?
I mean, I push her to the max because she's not gonna be playing no female like me, like 6'6". So she's really pushed to the max when I play against her and stuff 1-on-1, and I just make her better and she makes me better.
Did she ever have the edge on you? And if so, has that time come where you beat her every time? Or when was that switch where you started beating her one on one?
I would say yes, she had the edge on me, but after my 7th grade year, that's when I really sprouted up and she couldn't beat me anymore. That's when I grew like what 4 or 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's now a college player. She's gone through this recruiting process. She's dealt with the spotlight. How has she helped you now as you get ready to head into your recruiting process?
She really just told me like just keep working hard. Don't let none of this stuff get to my head. Stay humble. Stay focused on the goal, and just keep working hard.
Absolutely. Well, a couple more things before I let you go. One thing I like wrapping up with is discussing legacy. And I think that's something that all people want to get done and create kind of an identity for themselves. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you ultimately want to remember it for? What do you want your legacy to be?
Uh, I want to be remembered as just a good guy all around, off and on the basketball court, and just one of the guys you can like reach out easy to. Even though in a couple of years, if I'm a big guy, I'm just gonna be like a regular guy. I want to be considered a regular guy to people, easy to reach out to, like and it just help the community too, help others that want to achieve their dreams.
And you're gonna have an interesting story because we hear this every once in a while, but you're truly the come out of nowhere story, a guy that pretty much no one knew anywhere, and now you're a guy that will be highly ranked, highly recruited. What's your advice to guys that are being slept on, guys that don't have attention, especially because of COVID? What's your advice to them?
Stay in the gym. Stay in the gym. I would just stay in the gym 24/7 every time you have every time you can get in the gym, just stay in the gym.
I know you're also a believer. You talk about faith and it's in your bio. You have it on Instagram, Twitter. Take us through your faith and how God's helped get you to the point you're at today.
I mean, if it wasn't for God, I would not be here right now. So I just pray every day and just hope for the best because I know, like you said, it's what's the percentage of people going to college is a low percentage, and I just thank God for everything He done for me.
When would you say you really started your own relationship with him and really started trusting in him?
Uh, Actually, my grandmother introduced me to like as far as the faith stuff and like God. So like fourth grade, I really became religious and stuff.
Absolutely, man. Well, my final thing for you, give us your biggest statement you want to have when you go out there and grind session to finish up this year with AZ Compass. What's the biggest statement you want to leave behind for this upcoming season?
And I'm one of the top players in the country.
Absolutely, man. Well, appreciate taking time to come on today. Congrats on the movement, man. And I can't wait to see what God got next for you. Of
Thank you.
course, you're always
Appreciate
welcome
you.
on, man. God bless.
God bless.